This is Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Presented by Taco Cabana.
You're looking live at New Braunfels, Texas, home of the Unicorns, and they are hosting Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights tonight as it's East Central taking on the Unicorns in a District 26 6A battle. Good evening, everybody. I'm Don Harris along with Chuck Mikatinik, and we are glad to be up here in New Braunfels tonight for a very good, evenly matched district showdown, and you can take a look at the standings, and these teams are right at the top.
Well, we've been talking about this all week, Don. 26-6A, if you can find a tougher district in this state, show it to me. Both of these teams off to great starts in league play, up there with the Judsons and the Clemens. And as we were talking to both coaches this week, you lose the wrong game in this league, you're in deep trouble. So this is a huge ball game for both teams tonight.
East Central was 0-10 a year ago. They're 3-1 and led by their quarterback, Austin Trainer.
You know, Don, this is a great quality young man here. Top 10 in his class, pillar of the community, great all-around guy. And boy, he's got some really good weapons around him. He's got a running back that's closing in on 500 yards. He's got some weapons on the outside. Austin Trainer knows this offense. He runs this offense, and he's got the keys to the car this year for East Central.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Trey Johns has already almost thrown for 1,000 yards.
Yeah, and that's considering he's been banged up a little bit this year. Off to a tremendous start. I talked to a couple of the New Braunfels coaches before the game. They both said the same thing. He can spin it. We're going to be electrified at this kid's arm strength. He knows this offense very well, and New Braunfels has done some awfully good things on offense to start this season.
Usually this time of night, we figure out how much it's going to rain. Not tonight. It's a beautiful night for football. Mike Hernandez down on the sidelines to give us our countywide service company game time weather. Mike?
All right, guys, yeah, you said it. You called it. The front came through yesterday. The rain is gone for a couple of days, so it is picture-perfect football weather here in New Braunfels. We're looking at game time temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, a light wind, mostly sunny skies, and as we go through the night, it's going to be star-filled with temperatures. I think we could see low 70s, maybe some upper 60s as we start getting between 9 and 10 o'clock. Not bad.
It's nice football weather. When we come back, we will have the keys to the game. It's East Central. It's New Braunfels. It's Thursday Night Lights, and it's next.
You're watching Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Taco Cabana.
Welcome back to New Braunfels. We're getting closer to kickoff between East Central and the Unicorns. Right now it's time for our Hallmark University keys to the game. And Chuck, we start with East Central and Joe Hubbard.
Yeah, for Coach Hubbard, first of all, they would like to take care of the ball. They like to control it on offense, and that's a good place to start right there. Secondly, they want the kicking game to be good, and they want to be all out on the effort front this evening.
We talked to Coach Hubbard about trying to stop Trey Johns and this offense.
They're doing really good. You know, I think we play a team defensive style. Obviously, it takes all 11 to defend, and, you know, we got to do a good job up front with our pass rush so those guys won't have to be in coverage so long. And but, no, I'm really pleased with our DB play, and they'll be ready to go tonight.
As for the Unicorns, also coming off a win.
Yeah, they want to get the turnover battle and have that go in their favor. They've also got to slow down the run tonight. East Central, very explosive back there running it. And then lastly, they've got to keep the big plays in check, limit those explosives, and New Braunfels thinks that'll be a big place in where they can start this game tonight.
We asked Glenn Mangold how he matches up against the Hornets.
I think we match up well. You know, we're very similar on both sides of the ball with them. For us, you know, not turn the ball over and then limit their big plays. They got some good running backs and receivers that are making big plays for them, has been a big part of their success. If we can slow those guys down, you know, we'll have a chance to be successful tonight.
Both teams undefeated in district play. That will change tonight. We're coming back with our national anthem, and we'll play some football when we come back.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Roselle Gardens. You're watching Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Taco Cabana.
Welcome back to New Braunfels, Texas, everybody. We're at Unicorn Stadium, where tonight it's the Unicorns hosting the East Central Hornets, and here come the Hornets right now onto the field, getting ready for this big District 26 6A ball game. And Chuck, early in the season, we talk about both these teams being undefeated in a district play. It's just one game, but whoever wins tonight will be 2-0, and that will be very key because you do have Judson and you have Steele and you have Clemens all waiting.
Well, that's the big thing every week in this league. You're getting an NFC championship style caliber game. And the interesting thing for New Braunfels, talk about a big game for them because they got Judson and Steele next. And then on the other side, how about East Central coming in here 3-1? And they've got a lot of kids that Coach Hubbard brought in, gave them a lot of playing time as sophomores. They've kind of grown up in this system, and the dividends are paying off big.
And here come the Unicorns, large and small. Got to be careful not to get trampled over by the big Unicorns.
Yeah, this is a lot of these kids are coming in here playing in their New Braunfels Flag Football League that are coached by some of these varsity guys, so they get to let the little guys run out here tonight, little guys and girls.
Stuff. Nothing like Texas high school football, and you really notice it when you get out into the areas outside of town that are 1 or 2 school districts, and each town has their own traditions. It's really fun stuff.
Yeah, this should be a whale of a ball game tonight. Both of these teams have been scoring points, and it's going to be, I think, a case of who's going to flinch first, who's going to come up with a big play on defense. Stop's going to be tantamount tonight, trying to get extra possessions for your team's offense. And again, just cannot talk about some of these games and the magnitude of them. And boy, it's just top to bottom. This league is just so incredibly difficult. I mean, there's just no cream puffs. There's no bunnies anywhere in it.
We're ready for our national anthem. Let's turn it over to public address announcer Steve Taylor.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a reading statement for a march-out presentation of colors from the Braunfels High School Marine Corps hero to salute the man stand for our national anthem, which will be delivered by Unicorn Clerk J.J. Marsh. This evening's colors are presented by cadets, First Lieutenant Nathan Stroud, Sergeant Jamila Morales, Sergeant Tyler Trollinger, and Corporal Cooper Easley. Cadets hoisting the national flag at part of the stadium of Cadets Sergeant
Kobe Gillen, Corporal Trevor Scallion, and Lance Corporal Austin Grealis. Ladies and gentlemen, your national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
Thanks for watching the Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights pregame show. Stay tuned for tonight's first half kickoff.
The sun is setting behind Unicorn Stadium when we are getting ready for kickoff here on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Taco Cabana. The Unicorns taking the field. They will receive. East Central won the flip. They will kick their Hornet football off. A little custom football there.
Yeah, I can't wait. This is going to be good old-fashioned smash-mouth football. Both these teams looking to get a leg up on 26A. Nothing better than to start the week knowing that you're coming out of here on a Thursday night, get a win, and got bragging rights for first place in your league.
This is Matthew Rass across the 20, breaks a tackle and down right at the 25-yard line, and that'll set up Trey Johns and company, and this young man can put it up. He's thrown for 916 yards, 7 touchdowns, and no interceptions on the year. And he's got a nice receiving core, including Ethan Dulabon and Bryson Dyer, who he likes to throw to.
You know, Don, I don't know if they would be throwing this much if they hadn't been so banged up at the running back position, but it has worked out quite nicely for the Unicorns throwing it this year.
Gonna throw it on first down, throws a little bit behind his intended receiver, Ethan Dulabon. And so it'll be 2nd and 10. Run that spread and try to get 2 or 3 yards right there quickly on first down, but Johns was just behind his receiver there, but you see his numbers on the year. Accurate and putting a lot of points on the board.
Yeah, he's missed a lot of playing time this year because of injury, so that's pretty astounding, those numbers.
Standing in the pocket, completing this one across the middle. That's going to Rass, the young man who returned the kickoff. And it's a nice gain. It'll set up 3rd down and about 5.
You see how quickly the release of Trey Johns and how accurate, and then just the speed coming out of his hand. Nice tight spiral, and boy, that makes up for a lot. If you're a wide receiver, you don't need to be open that much for this guy to get you the football.
Joseph Labus in the backfield with him instead. Johns will keep, and he's going nowhere. That front 4 of East Central staying home and making a big play.
Well, you got that right.
Good job by the defensive back, Jeremiah Richardson, in there on the tackle.
Yeah, Christian Kaufman in there as well. Having none of that read option stuff. That's going to set up an early punting situation for the Unicorns.
Loss of 4. That'll set up 4th down and 8. Miles Miller on to punt it away. Left-footed, end-over-end kick. Bounces at the 40. Takes a great New Braunfels roll. It is still going. Turns sideways, goes inside the 25 all the way down to the 24-yard line. And that's where East Central will have it first. And Austin Traynor will get his first series with this East Central offense. You can see his numbers on the year. He's 25 of 55. Thrown 3 touchdown passes. They don't put it up quite as much. Just short of 400 yards passing on the season.
We go running back by committee. They got a lot of guys that can tote the rock in this offense.
That's Frank Lott behind him here on first down. And he hands it to him, and Lott goes right up the middle, and you can tell he's a load, picking up 4 or 5 right off the bat there on first down.
Yeah, he's a lot.
Take a look at that East Central starting lineup. Up front, he's got big guys like Frankie Martinez, Daniel Santana blocking for him. There's Lott, one of the starters. They do mix it up. Jordan Perry and Adrian Zapata, the favored receivers. Perry wears number 3. Zapata number 17. Instead, they'll run Lott again, and he just runs right through the defender, Hayden Kesselring.
Yeah, it's like trying to tackle a speed bump when you come upon Frank Lott. 5'10", 230 pounds. Little counter action there, and then it's just bully ball. Tuck it and go.
Kielbasa smoke meat, first down for the Hornets. Again, it's a lot on a zone sweep, but he's going nowhere. And staying at home nicely is Jace Diaz.
You can tell that's one of those things that East Central wanted to do early with Coach Hubbard. You know, you want to establish the run. You want to establish who you are on the first drive. You pick up a first down, which they did, and you know, so far all going according to plan.
Loss on the play, sets up 2nd and 11. Here's a handoff. Another running back, but running with power and pushing the pack forward for about 6 yards is Michael Stevens.
Yeah, he's the slasher of the group, and this kid's been on varsity for a long time. Really good player, and he's one of the guys on the team they call the heart and soul of this offense.
East Central going quickly here, 3rd and a long 2. They give it to Stevens again. He's got the first down easily, and he's got some room bouncing it outside near midfield.
Did you see when he took that ball? I think he was surprised at how big that hole was. Couldn't believe his eyes.
Kendrick Thompson bringing him down.
Oh, look at that nice kick out block. That's why that hole was so big. And then Stevens doing his thing on the back end.
Sets up 1st and 10, another Kielbasa smoke meat first down on at midfield. Here's Stevens again, nowhere to go here. And he's fighting off tacklers, still on his feet, going backwards, and that's going to be a massive loss for the Hornets.
Hayden Kesserling, the first guy back there, had a hold of him. Wasn't able to bring him down, but he completely blew this play up. Look how quickly he gets into the backfield, number 11.
Don Alanis also there with him.
And then once that happened, got a little help on the back end from some of his mates.
So it's 2nd and 23 for the Hornets. Here's Trainer wanting to throw it. Steps up, has some room, not enough as he's dropped. And again, Jace Diaz, the man on the spot right there.
They're doing a really good job coming up from his position and not being fooled by a little side action from the quarterback, able to bring him down on the ground. And it is 3rd and forever for East Central after what looked to be a very promising drive to start.
3rd and 19. Own 40-yard line. Trainer going to throw a little screen underneath. And again, the New Braunfels defense is all over it. D'Angelo Roseman has nowhere to go as Hayden Kesselring is there to make another tackle.
Yep. Second time in this series, Kesselring's come up and made a play. Read this all the way.
That'll set up 4th down, and Trainer stays on. He is also their punter. Charles Oglesby back there with him. And returning the kick for New Braunfels will be Lucas Dora. Doro's going to field it on the fly, and he's got some space. Doro across the 40 and across the 45 before finally being pushed out of bounds. And New Braunfels will have great field position when we come back to Unicorn Stadium.
All right, welcome back. Okay, while we're waiting for the teams to get back on the field, I am joined by our title sponsor, Rick Nikosha, representing them today. And he is, you work with the business office, don't you? The Director of Industry Relations.
I do, Mike.
Tell us a little bit about, you got a program you were telling me about that's really interesting.
It's an exciting program. It's called HCG, or Hallmark Consulting Group. And Chuck Rodriguez, a retired 3-star Army general, is running that for us there at Hallmark. And it's designed to get the business students real-time experience on projects they can actually deliver.
All right, and the way that works, you were telling me, is so you got your bachelor and your master's students that can actually work with the businesses.
They actually do work with businesses in San Antonio to do real-time projects, so it gets them out of the classroom into the business environment pretty quickly.
For real, I mean, it gets them doing real stuff.
Real stuff.
Which has several perks to it, right? Once they've established that relationship.
It does. It gets them basically an internship type setup, so they get to meet business owners, but they also get to progress through the group. Mike, from entry level, and the more projects they do, they can go to mid-level and then senior level consultant, just like they do in the real world.
Yeah, that's real world stuff, and that's like you were saying earlier, that's gold.
Yes, sir.
All right, Rick, thank you so much, and again, thanks Hallmark University for being our title sponsor.
Thanks, Mike.
Back to you guys.
Good stuff, fellas. Don, can you imagine you're learning Having your class taught by a 3-star general, I mean, that's pretty good stuff.
Very
imagine
impressive.
the wealth of knowledge you get out of that class.
New Braunfels has 3rd and 4 right here, and they're not going to get it. I say that. It may have been a little premature as the running back continues to push forward.
Yeah, Michael Brown et al. For East Central down there trying to make the stop. Michael Brown had a really good defensive series there, had a big play, a couple of plays previous. So Unicorns playing the field position game here, hoping to pin East Central deep in their own territory.
Miles Miller on to punt it away. Nobody back for the Hornets right now. And New Braunfels is going to try to kill it inside the 5, but just too much on it from Miller. And it'll be East Central football when we come back. Welcome back. Austin Trainer on the field with his East Central offense. They'll set up shop 1st and 10 right there at the 20-yard line. Neither team very effective offensively yet. There's a jet sweep going to the far side and nearly breaking it was Damon Davis. Good pickup on the play.
Well, like we said, they like to rotate their running backs. Coach Hubbard believes, hey, look, I got a lot of guys that can play this spot, and all these guys are really hard workers, so they're all going to get playing time, and they're all going to get touches.
Moves the sticks for a kielbasa smoke meat 1st down, and here's Trainer again in the spread. Looking deep, going over the middle, got a man, a lot of contact. No flag. It was intended for Jordan Perry, probably because the ball would be deemed uncatchable in my mind. A lot of contact as they pulled him down by his shoulder, but it was probably just overthrown. As we get ready for our Alamo Smile Cam.
We've seen 3 guys carry the rock, and we haven't even seen Rosemont yet. He's their Swiss Army knife.
Here's one right up the middle, going right basically for the line of scrimmage, and good interior defensive line play by the Unicorns. That was D'Angelo Rosemont right there as you look at our Alamo Real Estate Brokers Smile Cam leading you home. Unicorns packing their side of the stands tonight, as they do for most home games here.
Yeah,
a great night for football.
Yeah, good crowd on the East Central side too, considering how far they had to come.
3rd and long for Trainer. Sends Davis in motion. Now comes back to his right. Running out of room and time, and we'll call that incomplete, although it was right there on the sideline. Taylor Neal may have caught it, but may have been out of bounds.
Well, really good job in the zone defense here by New Braunfels. Everybody kind of staying at home and checking their lanes. Unicorns had defenders everywhere and not a whole lot of places to go with that football. So both of these defenses off to a pretty good start here tonight.
3:24 left here in the first, no score. As Austin Trainer will kick it away again. Lucas Doro, the man back for the Unicorns. Another end over end punt. Doro wanted to take it and now does. Dances up the sidelines and tried to cut it back, but he was drilled late and a flag flies. So he got hit right as he tried to cut it back to the middle.
Was that Ryan Oliveda that got him?
That's number 4.
It's a heck of a tackle.
45 yards on the punt, a 12-yard return, and Gerald Green will tell us what happened. There's a block in the back, penalty. It'll be 1st down, Unicorns, when we come back.
All right, welcome back. I'm joined by Mike Vela, the Regional Director of Operations for Taco Cabana, our presenting sponsor. How are you, sir?
Doing great. Great night to be out in football. The weather's great.
Isn't it a great night?
Oh, man, it's awesome. It's awesome.
You just can't beat this with a stick. Yeah. You get one front that comes in this time of year, starts to knock the temperatures down. No rain. Yes.
Oh, man, it's awesome. I told my wife I'll be home soon, but I think I'm going to stick around.
Speaking of awesome, you guys had that 40th anniversary celebration here this past weekend. How'd that go?
This past Friday, I mean, it was a great turnout. I wanted to thank our guests for going out and celebrating with us. We got the whole month of September still to celebrate and take advantage of our promotions. A dozen bean and cheese tacos for $9.99, a dozen flautas for $9.99, the loaded chips and queso. We got a ton of things you can go and take advantage of.
That's great for footballs Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, yeah, just come grab a pack and you're ready to go. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Mr. Vela, thank you so much.
I
appreciate it.
Thank you.
And again, this is our presenting sponsor, Taco Bell. We really appreciate it. I would have liked it more if you'd have brought some food. I'm just saying.
Next time, we'll get some.
Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike.
Take care, man.
3rd down and 5 for New Braunfels, and Trey Johns is out of the ball game. And in is the backup, Peyton Driggers. He's had some playing time on the year. And he's going to fire. Now he's going to run. And Driggers has some room. He's across the 30, and he's driven down right at the 35-yard line, but he's got another kielbasa smoked meat first down as Damian Quick was quick to get over there and knock him down.
Yeah, but Driggers doing a really nice job mixing it up here for New Braunfels. I mean, he's got a little junk in his run there. And quick to get out of that trouble in the backfield, and then once he got downfield, really swift with his cuts.
Johns is back in now with a kielbasa smoked meat first down at the New Braunfels 35. Little pump and go. He's going deep. Got a man. He's looking for Miller, and Miller's got it.
How about that time, huh?
Damian Quick on the coverage, but Miles Miller, the 6'6", 200-pound junior, just too big a target. And that's good for 32 yards.
Look at Trey Johns, tall in the pocket, pump fake. Boy, what a nice tight spiral. And then on the back end, I mean, he put it the only place he could, away from the defender, leading his receiver up the sideline. Very nice.
That's a first down inside East Central territory, and now Johns looking left, going back to his right, got him again. Over the top, is it caught? Touchdown. No, it's caught, but it's at the 1-yard line, and that's Ethan Dulaban.
Well, we've seen him throw it strong in the pocket and then get him outside the pocket on his feet, rolling to his right. Here's another one he drops right in the breadbasket.
Dulaban had his man beat one-on-one. Good call by the official. He caught it and was down at the 1 as we go inside the Baptist Emergency Hospital red zone. It's coming back, though.
What?
Here's Gerald Green.
I missed that.
I did, too.
Oh, it was a heck of a play, but all for naught. Boy, what a turn of events for that. On that particular play, right? Man, the Braunfels, you get it, you're knocking at the door at the 1. All of a sudden, it's coming back, and now you're behind the chains. 1st and long.
But Johns has some momentum right now, completing 2 nice ones in a row. And he's going to fire again, and he goes over the middle, and that's caught. It's Bryson Dyer.
Well, that's what we were told. This young man can spin it, and boy, is he hot right now. A deep slant. Look at that, right on the button.
Inside the Baptist Emergency Center red zone. Emergency Hospital red zone, I should say. And 1st and 10 from the 19. And New Braunfels caught a break there because there was some pre-snap motion. We'll see if it's a false start or offsides, but it saved a disastrous snap. It's a neutral zone infraction on the defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down. I'm a lip reader.
And I'm into sign language, so I just went with that.
I don't know all the neutral zone, hands on the waist. I know a few of them, but not all of them.
Well, this has been an impressive drive, obviously, for New Braunfels. I mean, look, 2 plays, and they already absorbed the penalty, and they're right back downfield.
3 receivers to the left. Johns keeps, goes up the middle. Good job of staying home by that interior line for East Central. Picks up a couple. Set up 2nd down and about 4.
And I guess the biggest thing we can say about what's going on right now in New Braunfels is the fact that not only is Trey Johns spinning it, he is getting some nice throwing lanes from the big fellas up front. Meek, Maldonado, Sir, Maru, and Zarate.
Dyer's in the slot. Dulabon is wide left. He's got Miller on the right side, looking left all the way. Got Dyer in the corner, got his foot down. Touchdown, Unicorns. Bryson Dyer with a great job to hang on to the football and keep his feet in bounds.
Well, this is a three-tiered play right here. Can't say enough about the protection. Obviously, the throw by Trey Johns, great. And then Bryson Dyer locating the football, hauling it in, but has the presence of mind to realize where the back of the end zone is. That's good if he's playing on Sunday.
Very impressive by Dyer as New Braunfels adds the extra point. Caden Stevenson doing the honors on the extra point, but just a fantastic concentration and dragging the feet by Dyer.
I don't know. There's not a whole lot you can do as a defense right there. That's just a nice pitch and catch. The Braunfels heating up. I mean, this is an offense that's averaged over 30 points a game.
I see a Play of the Week nominee.
It's not bad.
Good stuff.
Again, it's so key. I mean, you talk about receivers, running backs, guys that just have a sense of where they are on the football field. You know, you don't necessarily have to use your eyes all the time. You're playing on the same grid. You're practicing on the same grid. Some guys just have that innate ability to know where they are without looking. And I mean, that's just unbelievable that he knew exactly where he was, and to be able to get not one but both feet down was really impressive.
And how about Trey Johns on that drive? Had the penalty, but he was spot on the money.
Well, they've got a lot of receivers, as we've seen already tonight. I mean, he's moving the ball around, and Dyer's their inside guy, but he's a deep threat as well, very fast. They also use him on sweeps, but, boy, you'd never know it. I mean, that guy looking every bit the part of a #1 wide receiver.
On that drive, Johns went 3 for 3 for 64 yards, had the long one down the sideline to Miles Miller. Dyer over the middle, and then the touchdown. As New Braunfels' kick will be taken at the 25. East Central will take it up to about the 30-yard line. As we tell you about our San Antonio All-Star Cheer Challenge, powered by CPS Energy, it's already underway. Just register your squad to win a $1,000 or $500 cash grant to cheer at the Army All-American Bowl, or, excuse me, the All-American Bowl. Let's just have it. Army has been there so many years.
Dog, we're new, you know, trying to learn some new tricks here.
The San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game in the Alamo Dome on January 5th. Visit the CW35.com today. First down and 10. Inside handoff, that's the big fella. He's dragging tacklers across the 40. Frank Lott picking up a lot there. He picks up a kielbasa smoked meat, first down.
Yeah, going back to the Thunder version of their running back squad, but don't be deceived. The young man's got good feet, not to mention 5'10", 230.
This may be the last snap of the quarter as they give it to Lott. He runs through tacklers again, and he's close to another first down right at the spot. And the official's going to say, move the chains. It's a first down. And they'll stop the clock right there to move the sticks. East Central may not get off another play, and they won't. That'll bring us to the end of one. New Braunfels going through the air. East Central handing it to Lott. It's a good football game here up I-35 in New Braunfels. Great weather, great football. On Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, we're back with second quarter action. Time for our Associated Collision Center highlights. Trusted professional since 1976. Bryson Dyer dragging his feet, putting the Unicorns up 7-0. Another money throw from Trey Johns. Chuck, he's as good as advertised, both those kids, but we're talking about Johns, and wait, you said he could spin it. Boy, he's got a next level delivery.
Yeah, it's pretty It's pretty special, no doubt. As we take a look at our first quarter stats, pretty even across the board. New Braunfels obviously finding some success in the passing game, and now East Central's going back to ground and pound between the tackles with their big star running back.
Here's Lott again. Love the way that he measures, finds the hole. He's got good quick feet, and then he explodes. And I tell you what, when you hand him the football, he's going to get you 4 or 5, and he gets you 4 right there.
Yeah, I mean, Frank's team captain. Coaches are telling us, he's a program kid. He's all in and does well in the classroom, and the kids feed off that guy too. So he's a good player to have on the team. They're going to give him a blow here, let him take a play off or two.
Instead, they'll hand it to Stevens, and he too has big yardage, and looks like he's got a kielbasa smoked meat first down past the stick. Drive stays alive for East Central. Farley Bevel there to make the tackle.
And then you get the little thunder and lightning action going on this drive. You pound away with big Frank Lott delivering some body blows, and then put the money guy in. You get you some extra yards on the back end with his quickness, Michael Stevens.
New set of downs for the Hornets. Trainer calling his own number, getting outside, and New Braunfels is there to negate the game, pick up maybe 2. Take a look at one of our Sprouts player profile. We're talking about Farley Bevel on that tackle. 3-year starter, part of the leadership council, and so far tonight he's right in the middle of just about everything.
Such a great name, isn't it? Farley?
Yeah, I like it.
Sounds like a football player.
Second down and 9. Here's Stevens up the middle. Boy, is he quick. Stevens picking up 9 or 10 again. Marcus Riley bringing him down, but they'll move the chains again. It's another kielbasa smoked meat first down, and you're right, Chuck, it's tough as a defender to gear up for the girth of Lott and then the speed of Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens closing in on 500 yards on the season. So he's off to a quick start, averaging over 100 per.
He's got Jordan Perry and Taylor Neal split to the left. Stevens again up the middle, he's got room. Stevens just gashing this New Braunfels defense. 9 at a time for the Hornets on the ground.
Yeah, we talked about thunder and lightning, and just like on the last series, it all starts up front. You got big Jonah Rodriguez at center. And to his left, he's got Martinez and Salatana, and then King and Sanchez over on the right side. So these guys are doing a really good job creating some big gaps for these running backs to shoot through.
Inside the Baptist Emergency Hospital red zone, Trainer wants to throw it, little pump and go. Now he's in trouble, and he goes down for no gain as the New Braunfels interior lineman, including JoJo Marsh, who sang our national anthem, in on the tackle there.
Yeah, starting nose guard and can sing it.
Sets up 3rd and 5.
Austin Trainer and the East Central offense trying to catch New Braunfels napping, and so many runs in a row, and then they try to get him downfield, but New Braunfels doing a great job on the back end. There was nowhere to throw it.
3 receivers to the left. Instead, Stevens runs it, and he's in trouble. And he's lassoed down. Again, Marcus Riley there, and Riley's been very active tonight.
Yeah, Marcus Riley, 5'6", 155 pounds, but super active, and obviously read that one all the way. And so what once was a very promising start to this drive. They had the no play or the no gain on the pass, and then another big play to stop the run, and East Central's going for it on 4th down.
4th down, they're going for it. 10th play of the drive. Got receivers spread out, no back. Trainer looking left, now going over the middle. Had a man, was tripped up. It looked like on the route that Damon Davis lost his footing. Meanwhile, Trainer was under duress as well. As we'll take a break, we'll be back in 30 seconds.
In South Texas, it can get hot and sweaty outside, but it shouldn't be hot and sweaty inside your house. If it is, contact Air Today Heating and Air Conditioning. Their reputation exceeds all others when it comes to service and quality. Mention this ad and Air Today will waive the service call fees. Air Today is an elite comfort maker dealer. Call 210-519-5959 and enjoy cool air today. Proud sponsor of Thursday Night Lights.
New Braunfels football as Trey Johns throws it out to the flat. Joseph Labus with the little screen pickup. Good for about 3.5.
Michael Brown has already had himself a night, 56 for East Central. Coming out of nowhere. If he doesn't make that play, that's going to be a big gainer. I mean, there's so much attention because of what New Braunfels did on the last drive downfield. Then he hit him with a screen. He made a good play.
Oh, another just perfect throw. Craig Johnson going to be brought down, but look at the heat that Trey Johns puts on this ball in stride.
It's just amazing that you talk about the heat, but how about the accuracy? Man, he got the whole package here.
This is not an easy route to throw.
No, I mean, it's just on the button, right up the seam. Boy, if you're a wide receiver, you got to like that because you know when you're running inside like that, you're going to take a shot.
Better get your head around. The ball is coming. 35 yards on the game for Trey Johns and Craig Johnson. Johns back to throw again. He's pressured. Gonna hold on to it, get rid of it. Got a man, and it's incomplete. Almost caught by Bryson Dyer, who's really gonna have a spectacular highlight reel had he held on to that one.
You're not kidding. Another outstanding pass. The only place it could go, and then just flat out hustle by Bryson Dyer there at the end. Darn near had another spectacular play to add to his night.
Can I add that as hot as Trey Johns is our camera crew tonight, these guys are all over these balls. Bryson Marco having a great game. Fired over the middle and incomplete as Ethan Dulabon can't hang on to that one.
A really good job of recognizing what the defense was given him by Trey Johns. He saw the blitz coming from the left side and threw back that way, and they just weren't able to make the connection. Kind of similar to East Central's last play there on 4th down. You saw that New Braunfels was bringing the house. You got to, these receivers got to turn around and recognize what's going on when you see that many guys blitzing.
3rd down and 10 for Johns. Under pressure, fires an incomplete. Great pass rush by East Central. And Johns is upset, didn't have time to do what he wanted to do there. He was under duress from the get-go.
Yeah, they brought the heat, but what impressed me about Trey Johns on that particular play, he saw the blitz coming all the way, but he actually looked at his check down, and that wasn't available, and then was still able to get his eyes downfield and at least have a shot to make a big play down there in the back end, but really was completely oblivious to taking a shot and really hung in there strong.
Miles Miller trying to keep it in play and can't do so. It goes into the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and East Central will have it when we come back. It's New Braunfels 7, the Hornets of East Central scoreless. You're watching Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights.
All right, welcome back. I'm joined right now by some very special folks. Mrs. Mary Ullman Jaffet, of course, she's from San Antonio Sports, and she is the Senior Vice President. We're going to be talking about something called Beyond the Game, but before we get to that, a part of that is what Methodist does and what sports medicine. This is Elias Armendariz. Why can't I have trouble doing it? Thank you for that. I appreciate it. He was COO for Northeast Baptist? And forgive me, Northeast Methodist Hospital. That's Northeast Methodist Hospital. And then Dr. Jeff Glebus, who's the orthopedic surgeon for Sports Medicine Associates of San Antonio. Thank you, guys, and I apologize. All right, let's talk a little bit about what this Beyond the Game is.
San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare have teamed up to really shine a light on the middle school and high school athletic teams across the area who are doing great community service projects, whether it's reading to kids in the elementary schools delivering meals to elderly, or helping down at the coast to help repair after the hurricane. I mean, there's some wonderful projects that kids are doing, and they deserve to have a spotlight shown on them. So that's what Beyond the Game is all about. And we want folks to nominate kids, teams that they're aware of that are doing these great things, and they can do that at our website, sanantoniosports.org.
Okay. And now let's get back to the Methodists and what their part in this is.
Well, Northeast Methodist has a wonderful history in providing service to this community, and it just partners perfectly with San Antonio Sports. It's our mission is serving humanity to honor God, and it's the perfect venue for us to be able to continue to shine a light on kids providing or kids that are in sports, providing and shining a light on them, and also the relationship that we bring to the community, and continuing to serve the Northeast having a Northeast presence, and also continuing to partner up with San Antonio and the care that we provide.
All right, that's great. And then Sports Medicine Associates is also a part of this. And Dr. Glevis, can you explain your relation?
Yes, SMASA works with the student athletes as the largest sports medicine physicians group in the region as a partner with Methodist Healthcare System Sport Medicine Program. We see these students doing great things on the field as well as in the community. It's been a real pleasure to be able to partner and work with something that recognizes these outstanding efforts in the communities.
All right, well, thank you, gentlemen, so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Mary, as always, it's a pleasure to speak.
Always a pleasure.
All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Mike. Penalty on the last play as East Central picks up 15 yards via the penalty. And Frank Lott getting almost that many on one carry as he has done so much tonight. Another Kielbasa smoke meat first down as the Hornets move inside New Braunfels territory.
Yeah, had a couple of big plays already in this drive. Damon Davis, D'Angelo Rosemond. So obviously that penalty helped move him down the field as well, but a huge pickup there early on, especially by Davis, to extend this drive.
And now we're going to have a timeout from New Braunfels, and we will take it with them. They lead East Central 7-0, but the Hornets are on the move. Coach Joe Hubbard and his East Central Hornets on the move here in the second quarter. Down 7-0, but he's got a smile on his face.
Yeah, it's the battle of the head coaches who are both college offensive linemen tonight.
Statistician extraordinaire Mark Kusenberger telling me Hubbard was on the field with Ricky Williams when he broke Tony Dorsett's all-time NCAA rushing record. That play's going nowhere. Hubbard playing at the University of Texas.
Yeah, Kendrick Thompson coming up and making a play from his DB position, but yeah, I was talking to him before the game. He said one of the highlights of his whole career was sitting in Austin while Ricky was getting his Heisman Trophy in New York, and just the joy he felt watching it with the rest of his teammates, knowing one of their own was at the pinnacle of his sport. So yeah, he's played in some big ball games as a player.
Not to mention he's from Hooks, Texas, home of another Heisman Trophy winner, the great Billy Sims. Small town near Texarkana. Here's Lott right up the middle, and a good tackle by Jonathan Smullen up front for New Braunfels.
Well, that's what you got to do if you're Smullen. You got to get Lott early, because once big fella gets ahead of steam and he's got that quick burst, he's awfully tough to bring down, as we've seen tonight. But here he is before he can really get going. 93 coming over from the backside, making a play.
East Central making a substitution, still got 14 on the play clock. Austin Trainer looking over the defense on 3rd and 11. It's a play action. He's trying to buy some time and fire, and does, and he just throws it away. Smart play. Live for another day, but it looks like the Hornets will have to punt it away.
How about Michael Knuckles reading this one all the way, the big 6'6" defensive end for New Braunfels. Looked like the action's going left. Big number 85's having none of it. Stays home and forces the action.
Lucas Doro back standing at his 10-yard line as Trainer drops back to punt it. 4th down and 11. And there's whistles pre-snap. And East Central is going to burn a timeout here. We'll keep it here as we look forward to our Lockaway Storage halftime show. Always fun to bring you the bands. We're going to hear from the East Central High School band and the Fighting Unicorns. Chuck, you know the name of the unicorn? You know, like Bevo is the name of the Longhorn?
I do not.
The unicorn. I learned this tonight. The unicorn's name is Buford. Buford the unicorn.
And how in the world did they come up with the name Buford?
I don't know, but they named it years and years ago, from what I understand. It's all part of our Lockaway Storage halftime show. You'll meet our Vulcan Materials Company Scholar athletes. There's Buford. You know, Chuck, they used to have a live unicorn on the side.
Did they? I missed that one.
I was going to see if you're going to fall for that.
I almost did. Oh, yeah, it's a big night around here, Don. They got Senior Spirit Parents Night. Of course, we already saw JoJo Marsh, the nose guard, singing the national anthem. The youth flag football team running through the breakthrough early on. They're also going to name the Teacher of the Year in the district tonight. So lots of good stuff. Lots of things other than just football going on tonight here up in New Braunfels.
Every time we come here, there's a great sense of community. Great sense of community. Fun town. There's a good punt. It's going to die inside the 10, inside the 5-yard line. They're going to let it roll all the way down to the 1.
How about that? That's a pitching wedge.
Extraordinary. Spot it at the 2. That's how you do it right there. Austin Trainer. He can kick it as well as he can throw it.
That's huge. Back these guys up, make them go 98 on you. Which we've seen them. They can eat up some yards quick with their strong arm quarterback. They got 4 minutes here to try to get some more points. I know both of these teams were worried about the other team and explosive plays, and so far New Braunfels has done a really good job holding up their end, and for the most part East Central has 2 stands for 1 drive.
Peyton Driggers is in at quarterback for Trey Johns. Getting his second series of the game. And he's going to run it out of the end zone, and he picks up about 3. Call it 2-yard gain, and he'll stay in, it appears.
Great job by the East Central defense, especially over there on that left side, running that play out of bounds. Michael Martinez and company staying home and not really giving 6 a lot of room to operate.
Here comes Johns back in the football game on 2nd and 8. Unicorns have 18 to snap it right here on the play clock. 2nd down. He's got Joseph Labus behind him, and his favorite receivers crossing it up. Byers is very well covered, and that might be grounding as he was under duress and threw it to the left side. Didn't see a receiver over there, no flag.
Well, he thought about going over the middle, and then at the last second he thought, you know what, too risky. Then by that time, pocket was collapsing and did the best he could to get rid of it, and you're right, they may have caught a break there.
Well, his running back was right there for a little screen dump off. He just threw it right over the top of his head with a lot of velocity, so I guess they can say he was in the area.
I didn't see a guy over there, so good catch.
Yeah, he was only 2 feet in front of him.
Doesn't matter, that's a good play then.
He's going deep here, and he's got a man, and it ricochets off of Ethan Dulabon, but we've got pass interference on East Central.
Yeah, Shad Knight back there in coverage, and it looked like he was right there. Just decided that might be the best course of action here to live to fight another play, not take any chances.
It's a 15-yard penalty. It'll be a Kielbasa smoke meat first down. Had him, puts it on top of him. That looks like pretty good coverage.
It was. He got him on the back before that, though, and you're right. It was really good coverage. Probably didn't need to do what he did, but again, the last thing you want to do is give up a home run if you're a DB right here. Keep everything in front of you, and when in doubt, take the 15.
Dyer and Dulabon to the right. He's got Miller in the slot on the left side. Coming right all the way, it's to Dyer. He gets a block, That's the old Art Briles Baylor offense right there that they used to run with RG3 and others. Always good for about 2 or 3 on first down.
I want to see who came up and made that play. Was that 56 again?
He was in the vicinity.
No, beg your pardon. It was not 56. It was Damian Quick, aptly named Damian Quick.
Here's Johns under pressure, fires, throws it at the feet there, and Johns a little slow getting up. Took a pretty big hit.
I like the defensive action there from East Central. Decided they were going to send Jeremiah Richardson from the left side on a blitz, and he almost got home. He didn't, but what he did do was he got there quick enough. He completely roasted that play.
So it'll be 3rd and 7 for New Braunfels. They're running out of time here, 3 minutes to go. In their own end, at their own 22. Straight drop, quick throw, and just missed his man, Dulabon. He had him. Do a little bit too much to the inside as we take a look at our Alamo Real Estate Brokers Smile Cam. A lot of smiles here on the New Braunfels sidelines as they're up 7-0. Kids all having a good time.
Going Mangold, big-time offensive lineman from Texas State University. Back then it was Southwest Texas.
Back there in the Whacker days. A little after that.
That was a little after that.
So the punt rolls down right near the 40. And let's go down to the sidelines, and Mike Hernandez, just a warning, Cleto's got to tell a joke if he's going to come on.
You have to tell a joke, Cleto. Huh? Yeah. I didn't mean to scare you. Let's get through the first part, and then we'll think of something.
I'll tell you a joke.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, I started coaching my little son's football team, and he's a running back, and he's short. He goes, Dad, are there any fast running backs that are short? And I go, son, come here. And I show him clips of Barry Sanders. The next day, he's all suited up. Dad, I'm going to make you really proud of me. I'm running as fast as Bernie Sanders. I said, son, you run like Bernie Sanders, they're going to catch you.
That's good. That's good. Okay, how you doing?
Going good.
So let's talk.
Beautiful night for football.
Isn't it a great night?
You did a great job, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's talk about the crew.
Yes, the crew. We are asking folks, our loyal viewers, to come on out and be part of our crew. All you have is real simple. All you have to do is text crew 44332, and then we give you discounts on all kinds of prizes. We give you actual prizes, trips, passes to concerts. I mean, a little bit of everything for everybody. And we just let you know when everything is coming in. And all you have to do, again, is just text crew 44332. That's simple.
Thanks. That was a good joke.
You got it. You like that?
Bernie,
I got more, guys.
Yeah, the 7 o'clock show is completely different from the 9:30. I'm just saying.
I cannot believe, Don, that Cleto was shocked. That's like, hey, Cleto, tell a joke. That's like Mark Spitz swim. Like, what would Mark Spitz do? He would swim, right?
The only problem with that play is if you run like Bernie Sanders, the defense knows it's going to the left.
All right, well played.
Yeah, we're not even sure he's running.
We're gonna have to reverse
3rd and
pivot.
8. Back to pass, Trainer looking deep, wants to fire, does, into triple coverage, and it's almost intercepted. It's incomplete. That ball was bouncing around on bodies and legs, and New Braunfels almost came up with an interception off a leg, but it finally hit the ground.
I'll tell you what, though, that was a heck of a pass. Yeah, there was double coverage on the back end. I thought Michael Stevens was going to have a chance to catch this ball. A little contact there at the
Watch
back
how the ball
end,
stays up.
Yeah. But DB just trying to make a play, too. He's got a right for the football as well. So Christopher Thomas doing an outstanding job there on the back end for New Braunfels to force this punt.
Another 4th and 8. Trainer had a great one last time inside the 2. Fair catch called for, and it's muffed. Who's got the football? Looking for a signal. East Central thinks they've got it. And they do. A turnover. And the Hornets are in business, knocking on the door of the red zone.
Well, it was a wobbly kick, but East Central doing a really good job getting down the field. And then on the back end, Jordan King is the guy that comes up with it. Big play for the senior. There it is, loose on the ground. Then there's a mad scramble, and it's an outstanding job in fighting his own teammate, D'Angelo Rosemond, for the football. And a huge play right here to end the second half.
Inside handoff. Pulling forward for about 2, and New Braunfels' defense seems like they're a little upset about that one. Here's a Sprouts Farmers Market player profile on D'Angelo Rosemond, who had that carry right there. He's got 5 touchdowns on the year, plays both ways, had a 69-yard kickoff return against Alamo Heights. All that at 5'9", 165.
Slasher, returns kicks. All-around All-American guy.
Life for the Hornets. That one's completed out into the flat. Whistles blow as Michael Guyton brought it in.
Well, this has been a really well-played first half, hasn't it? I mean, both of these defenses showing out. And then, you know, New Braunfels has the one drive, and East Central, the one thing they hadn't done is really made a big mistake. And when they got their opportunity to get a good play and make a big play on special teams, they've done it. Now they're setting their offense up.
They got the big fella Lott back in at running back. Perry to the left side. Instead, he's looking right now over the middle. That ball is caught inside the 5 by Taylor Neal. Kendrick Thompson on the coverage, but a great pass from Traynor right on the money on the slant.
Yeah, Taylor Mill, one of those guys, he's their slot guy, and boy, that was just an outstanding catch and had to have it on 3rd down. In traffic, went up, strong hands, made the play, and setting up his squad with 21 seconds inside the 5-yard line.
Hey, we have time to tell you about our San Antonio Sports All-Star Cheer Challenge, powered by CPS Energy. Don't forget to register your cheer squad at the CW35.com. You'll get a chance to win one of the big grants of either $1,000 or $500, and 4 teams will cheer on January 5th at both the All-American game and the San Antonio Sports All-Star game presented by HEB. Just visit the CW35.com and register your squad and vote.
I was talking to Coach Hubbard earlier this week, and he told me Taylor Neal is one of those guys that just does a great job getting open. Hard worker, runs great routes, and can't speak to the hard worker part, but we saw 2 of those other things on display right there on that huge 3rd down play.
Chuck, I'm no offensive coordinator. I'm no Scott Linehan, but with a single timeout left, I'm thinking you spread everybody out and then let you big fella Lott do some damage right up the gut.
It's a good call. The whole playbook is at your disposal with that one timeout.
And here he is, and he's going nowhere. New Braunfels thinking the same thing I was, is they stop him inside the 4, and now you got to burn it unless you can go quickly. And they do. JoJo Marsh and Jonathan Smullen right up front were not fooled.
Well, you could burn your time out there, or you could hurry up and get up there and spike the football if you wanted to, but you could play it safe. East Central's done a really nice job kind of managing this football game right here. So, you know, the one thing you cannot do is take a loss in the backfield if you're the quarterback.
You got to throw it in.
Very leery of that.
Yeah, I think you got to throw it into the end zone and then take your chances. Nothing else works. Bring the field goal unit out if it's incomplete. You got one shot into the end zone. Unless you want to roll the bones and believe in Lott that much, but you've only got one play. That clock will run out on you if you run the football here. You won't have time to bring on your field goal unit.
Well, if you run it and you get stoned, you'll still have time to come up there and spike the football, so.
Maybe, you think?
Well, I mean, it's risky. I'm just saying.
It would be close.
More than likely, they're going to put it up here.
3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Austin Traynor. Straight drop. Trainor's going to run it in. We got a flag down. We'll have to see what the call was. It was early in the play.
Well, it was a cavernous hole on the left side, so they got him before.
Illegal motion, and so now it's a no-brainer. You got to take the 3, as Jonathan Garcia will come on to try to get the Hornets on the board at least before halftime. This is Noah Chavez. High snap, kick is up. Holder did a great job. Flag flies late. It's good, but we'll have to see what the penalty was. Boy, the holder did a great job. Came all the way up off his knee. And it might have been early movement by East Central. They're running off like it's good. And we'll have to wait for Gerald Green.
I was talking to Gerald Green before the game too, and he's cousins with Willie Mack Garza as we talk about all these guys and who they're related to tonight.
A lot of Longhorns.
Yeah.
It's declined. Running into the kicker, declined, field goal is good, 1 tick left.
Yeah,
Check
that
out
was
the
a heck of
hold
a
here.
job by the holder. That's an all-timer right there.
He came all the way up and then got back down.
He took a shot for his trouble afterwards.
That's Austin Trainer, the quarterback. And the roughing didn't come on the kicker, it came on Trainer.
Tell you what, I don't know if that guy plays baseball. Could be a catcher on my team any day of the week. It was a heck of a play.
Saved a wild pitch.
Yeah. Saved the drive. I mean, that would have been really tough for East Central to get that huge play on special teams and then end this first half with no points, but they did, and we got ourselves another barn burner here on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Taco Cabana.
Well played football game. Both teams clean, not too many penalties. Good running game by East Central, good passing game by New Braunfels. Defenses are very impressive, well coached.
Yeah, we talk about both of these teams playing in a blood sport league. Both having really nice years, overcoming a lot too. I mean, like you said, New Braunfels, their best player, maybe their most explosive player, was their running back, and he got hurt on the first drive of the season.
And it's an onside kick with 1 second to go. That'll take us to halftime with New Braunfels leading East Central 7-3. Stick around, our Lockaway Storage halftime show is coming up next, where we'll hear from both bands, and we'll introduce you to our Vulcan Materials Company Scholar Athletes of the Week. But let's go now to the sidelines and Mike Hernandez, who's standing by with Coach Glenn Mangold.
I am. How's it? What are your thoughts on the first half? It was very well played, I thought.
Good high school football game. Two good teams. We knew they had a good quality ball club, and we executed a couple drives on offense, but been hit and miss. They're putting a lot of pressure on our quarterback. Give them credit on that, and we've been able to kind of slow them down on defense a little bit and stop them when they got close. So hopefully we can tweak a few things and come out and get the victory in the second half.
All right.
Thank you. Good luck in second half. You bet.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mike. Glenn Mangold making his way to the locker room, and his squad up 7-3. It's a good football game. Hey, when we come back, stick around. We'd love to show you the bands. We'll hear from both of them when Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights returns.
Welcome to the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
Welcome back to New Braunfels. It's time for the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show. Let's go right down to the field and hear from the Hornet Band.
watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
Hey, it's time to recognize tonight's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Each week we will highlight one student from each school here on TNL. At the end of the season, one student will be awarded $10,000 in scholarships presented by Vulcan Materials Company. Let's meet this week's students.
Our first Scholar Athlete of the Week is Marcus Riley from the New Braunfels Unicorns. Now, he is a two-year letterman on the football team.
Play free safety for the New Braunfels Unicorns, and I like hanging out with all my friends and hitting people. It's pretty fun.
He also is a pole vaulter on the track team, but his biggest accomplishments have come in martial arts.
So I was kind of born into it. I started when I was 4, but we all knew I would eventually do it. So I've been training since then, so it's been a little over 13 and a half years now.
Marcus is a third-degree black belt in karate, and recently, in the World Championships in London,
I did pretty well. I won the Grand Championship in forms, the Grand Championship in weapons form, and then I got second in fighting, which isn't that bad.
He's really involved in the community and his church, Oakwood Baptist, where he works with the kids.
I want to go to college to be a coach, like in football, so I'm going to try to go to Texas State, and I think that would be pretty cool.
Our next Scholar Athlete is Austin Trainer from East Central High School. Now, Austin is carrying a 99.96 grade point average while playing varsity basketball and playing football, where he's the starting quarterback.
I'm a quarterback for East Central High School. I love the position because I have a chance to lead the team. It's a different leadership role than any other position I played. I can lead on the field and off the field all the time.
And he also takes that can-do attitude towards his schoolwork.
Anytime I can, outside of practice, when I have time to go to tutoring or anything, I always try to get into tutoring and just always keep track of my grades. I know my parents are always on me and just want me to do good, and I just, anytime I try to just be in the schoolhouse and just get my grades good.
Austin is also really involved in his community as well.
I'm very involved with my church, St. Jerome's Catholic Church. I do teen acts there. I've been on like 6 or 7 retreats. I'm also a CCD teacher there. I teach a little first grade class. It's a handful, but it's really, I enjoy being with the kids. It's really fun with them.
He plans on going to Texas A&M and majoring in biomedical science. Austin Trainer and Marcus Riley, your Vulcan Materials Company Scholar Athletes of the Week.
You're watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
Doesn't get much better than Texas high school football, and we're not just talking about the football, but the ambiance and the bands, and you heard a great one in East Central, and now the Unicorn Marching Band from New Braunfels is taking the field. Let's listen in.
2018, 2019, Platinum Line Officer Officers are Colonel Hallie Deepway, Lieutenant Colonel Emmett Reed, and Majors Emma Pfeiffer, Carson Wilkerson, and Kinsey Wayne. Enlisted officers are Captain Hadassah Rivera, Co-Captain Anne Marie French, and Lieutenant Christian Levitt. Sapphire officers are Captain Samantha Warfeld, Co-Captain Emma Parrish, Lieutenant Chloe Downey, and Stephanie Clark. Monster of the Week is Miss Kate Helmer, and Enlisted of the Week is Miss Haley Schlageter. The Unicorn line photos are Caitlin Black, Brooke Davis, Maggie Crushy, and Leanne Davis. The Unicorn feature tour is Kimberly Clayton. The Montessori, the Mystics, and the Tours will perform the Miami Sound Machine's classic hit, Conga. and gentlemen, tonight the Unicorn Band will present part 1, 2, and 3 of its 2018 production, Out of the Blues, with music by Alex Lody and vocal design by Billy Skyner. Production scores by Nick Riley and visual design by Kate Williams. So all hands on deck as we enter some perilous waters and venture the world of the siren. Please welcome to the field the mighty Unicorn Marching Band.
Watches the ships that go sailing.
Great theme here tonight from New Braunfels. If you would like to vote for them, text band 10 to 44332. That's band 10 without any spaces. For complete texting guidelines, you can go to the CW35.com. This year's band grant presented by Children's Hospital of San Antonio. San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare are shining the light on teams that model key values through their action. This week, we recognize 2 high schools that have modeled beyond the game values in our community. Earlier this month, the East Central boys basketball and girls volleyball teams worked with Blueprint Ministries to improve 3 local housing communities. From painting to installing drywall, they made a real difference in these neighborhoods. During last year's playoff run, the O'Connor football team united to make a middle school student's birthday very special. They learned that no one was showing up for Diego Hernandez's birthday party, so they threw him a big surprise party that the young Panther fan will never forget. All these teams demonstrated the beyond the game values of selfless service, caring, sportsmanship, and respect. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their teams to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
Thanks for watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show. Stay tuned for the second half kickoff. You're watching Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Taco Cabana.
We're back in New Braunfels where the Unicorn Band putting on quite a show, a oceanic themed show, very nicely done. It's 7-3. The Unicorns lead it, and it's time now for our Associated Collision Center highlights, brought to you by Associated Collision Center, your trusted professional since 1976. Didn't have any scoring in the first quarter, but at the very end, we had this dime and great catch, Chuck.
Oh, it was an outstanding play, Don, and just what the doctor ordered for New Braunfels. And then, you know, East Central having a hard time tonight on offense at times, and their special teams comes up with a play late in the first half, which led to this field goal. And it's been a pretty clean football game, hard fought. Got a couple of teams doing it up on defense here, as you could tell by the stats, but I thought all in all, a clean game. You got two teams duking it out, both 1-0 in district, and both of them playing pretty well. Again, the penalties, really not that much of a factor in this football game. And East Central's done their damage on the ground in this game. And clearly for New Braunfels, with their stud quarterback, doing some damage through the air.
Trey Johns, very impressive here, getting his time on T&L, and we're seeing that he is as good as advertised throwing the football. But the Hornets are staying right in it as the Unicorns come back to take the field.
Well, we've seen a little bit of everything in this game, and we know that New Braunfels has a good quarterback, and then you saw the great catch by Bryson Dyer. It's given them the 7-0 lead early, but again, East Central coming down, doing their damage on the ground, got a big play on special teams, kicked the field goal, and I tell you, this is a team right here, this New Braunfels squad, with a lot of school pride. I was visiting with Bobby Alford, their baseball coach, before he even came in. He's a running backs coach. And we were visiting, he was coaching baseball before he walked out. And what was cool to me, they got done with practice and all the baseball players huddled up and sang the school song. And then they left the print. That was cool. And then Coach Alford came over here, and he's got his night job over here doing the football thing. So a lot of school pride, and it's a lot of fun to be out here in New Braunfels.
It is. They always put on a great show, very welcoming, great community, sense of community, packed house. Homemade cookies by Mrs. Streety in the press box.
Those were top of the line.
Those are award-winning.
No diggity.
Although I do think you just lost a bet to both Jack Green and your son Cade, because everything came back to baseball.
It did. You know what's so funny? Hey, I'm driving up here. We had a little time before the game, and I thought, I drove by and I saw Coach Alford had a squad out there, and I thought, okay, I'm going to run, get something to eat. I did, bagged my lunch, came over here and watched a little baseball. Unfortunately, I got there a little late. They were already running wind sprints at the end of practice, but always fun to hang out with Coach Alford. Does a great job with the baseball team. You know, the nice little playoff run last year, and very tough district baseball-wise, too. So Coach Mangold getting his team fired up for the second half, and if the second half is anything like the first half, we're going to have another classic here on TNL.
Our second half kickoff brought to you by HEB. East Central won the toss, deferred, so they'll get the football right now. On to do the honors for New Braunfels is Caden Stevenson.
And we talk about the job that Coach Hubbard has done in his short time at East Central. And boy, I just think of all the big ball games that guy played in. He was in the first Texas Big 12 championship game. The play that they ran left to clinch it. Yeah, good stuff.
Little pooch kick. James Brown to Derek. What was his name? Tight end on fourth down against Nebraska.
Yeah, that was a
Priest
play
Holmes
that
had a great
nobody
game.
saw it coming. That's for sure.
Priest Holmes was fantastic in that game. Wayne McGarity had a big play late. East Central will take the ball over on their own 28-yard line.
Let's see if they go back to the ground and pound.
That's Rosemond taking it on first down. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Hayden Kesserling and company stringing that play out for not much yardage. In fact, they lost a yard or two.
Second down and 11. As Trainer does not have a lot in there. It's Rosemond behind him. 3 wides. A little different look. And it's Roseman right up the middle, and he's got room, and he's gone. One man to beat. Not going to get him. Bang! Touchdown, Hornets. D'Angelo Rosemond from 73 yards.
Found a crease, hit the hole, and see ya. Again, how about the hole that Jonah Rodriguez and his two guards opened up? They've had a lot of success, Don, running the ball right up the gut tonight. Look at that.
They sure have, and he's got a lot more speed than the big fella Lott, and as soon as he cleared, he was off to the races.
Well, that was one of the concerns for New Braunfels, is not giving up the home run, and that kid just hit a tank.
The extra point is good, and East Central goes ahead for the first time tonight. We've got a good one in New Braunfels.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Roselle Gardens.
Welcome back to Unicorn Stadium up I-35 here in New Braunfels as East Central just takes 2 plays to go 72. D'Angelo Rosemond with the touchdown as Bryson Dyer and Matthew Race back to receive this one.
You know, when Coach Hubbard got over to East Central, the first thing he did was recognize talent, and he had a lot of sophomores at the time, guys like D'Angelo Rosemond that took lumps as sophomores, took lumps as juniors, and these guys are dishing it out now. Wow, what an explosive play that was.
Kickoff going to go to Rass at the 10. Maybe get to 15. Losing some there at the end. Let's go back down to Mike Hernandez on the sideline who talked to Coach Hubbard.
I did talk to Coach Hubbard, and he said a few things. He said, first, we're competing because we're playing good ball. Other than a couple of plays, we've done really well. He goes, the defense has been very good. Offensively, he says, we need to get it together. And he goes, and the last thing he said is, we need to make plays. I guess he got the message across, huh?
They just made a big one, and now Trey Johns comes on to try and answer with that high-potency New Braunfels passing game. It's a kielbasa smoke meat first down at the 16. As he hands it straight ahead to Labus. He picks up about 2.
So New Braunfels coming out showing run here, and you know, this is one of those things where they're not going to panic. Unicorns, they know how explosive they can be throwing the football, so playing from behind, not that big of a deal, especially when you've got all these talented wide receivers as well.
I'll set up 2nd down and 8 for Johns. 4 wides. Coming in motion, a little fake jet sweep. Johns keeps it up the middle. And a nice gain. It'll be short of the first down, but it'll be much easier to convert there. There's a look at Johns. That was Peyton Driggers who's in at quarterback.
This is a team that really wanted to start the year being a little more balanced, but again, they lost Piali Thomas on the very first drive in the very first game. He was lunging for the end zone. Their star running back, he ended up breaking his wrist, so they hope to get him back, but they can throw it as well as we've seen.
Driggers has nowhere to go. He lost the football, and it might be a scoop and a recovery for East Central, and it is.
East Central making the most of their opportunities in this ball game, aren't they?
Jeremiah Richardson with the recovery, and the Hornets have turned the tide here in the 3rd quarter.
There must have been some halftime speech from Coach Hubbard. These guys have come out like gangbusters. They're swarming to the football.
Driggers is the backup, and again, he's had some series tonight. He took a big shot there. Michael Martinez and Christian Kaufman made him cough it up. Here's the big fella Lott. He's running through people across the 15 before he's pushed back. Chuck, when you talked to Coach Mangold earlier this week, was there a strategy behind playing 2 quarterbacks? Dricker's just a sophomore.
Well, I mean, obviously, I think they give you, a couple different looks. Obviously, 6 is a guy that can tuck it and go, and obviously very good feet. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with mixing it up. And I think Coach Hubbard feels the same way. You want to play a lot of guys because you never know when you're going to need the backup or, the guy that's maybe waiting in the wings. There's nothing better than getting him in game shape in games that mean something. We saw the same philosophy last week with the coaches.
Here's the inside handoff to Stevenson. He's still fighting for yardage, but he's going backwards. No gain on the play.
But, you got to like kind of how they've managed this game, East Central. Not a lot of stuff happening in the first half. Playing really good defense, but again, they weren't making the critical mistake. And then they got a little bit of burst right before the end of the half with that special teams play. Gave them a little bit of a lift, but you see what happens. They make plays, they'll come up with a big turnover, and then they're pretty good at making you pay. There's a reason why they're 3-1.
A lot of momentum riding on this one right here on 3rd and 8. Inside the Baptist Emergency Hospital red zone. It's Trainer looking right all the way. Pressured from behind. Gets out of that. Not going to get the first down. But he's going to get close, and they'll run out the field goal unit. As Jonathan Garcia has been pretty good here tonight.
Well, it was a really good play by Trainer. He wanted to go to his slot guy, but he stumbled coming out of his break. And because that wasn't available, take it and see if you can make some positive yards, which he was able to do on the bust.
All right, this one spotted at the 18. It'll be a 28-yarder. And the kick is up, and it is good. And East Central adds to their total. It's 13-7 Hornets.
See, and they've had 2 kickers out here tonight. So you can see Coach Hubbard's philosophy. You work hard, you're going to get some time on the field. Doesn't matter who you are.
They've got the lead. We're coming back after this. Welcome back. You're looking at our Alamo Real Estate Brokers Smile Cam. The East Central banned all smiles after the Hornets come out and score twice here in the 3rd quarter, and they lead it 13-7.
Don, every single year, there's always a team that jumps out and you're thinking, God, how did they turn it around? Well, I don't think anybody saw East Central being 3-1 this early in the season, considering how rough it's been the last couple of years, but there is a belief for these Hornets.
New Braunfels with a good kick return here. That's Matthew Rass across the 25 near the 30. Yeah, 0-10 a year ago, winless in district play. This is a very tough district to play in, but Coach Hubbard being very patient and turning his team around, and he's done a great job this year. As you said, a lot of these guys playing as sophomores and juniors, and now getting some of that experience to pay off.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing for him is he said, yeah, the offensive line's playing better than maybe he thought they would at this point. But again, it's just these guys growing up. They've become leaders now, and they're taking ownership over what's going on.
Across the middle, a slant is incomplete. It was intended for Ethan Dulabon, and he's upset with himself that he didn't hang on to that one. And Johns is upset as well. They had a good 15, 20-yard gain there.
Yeah, good throw, good route. A lot of these New Braunfels kids, boy, they run really good routes, don't they? Really like good at getting separation.
Yeah, their route tree is college-level complexity, and he's got plenty of places to go with the football, including 3 receivers to the right this side, and they throw it back on a little bubble.
Look out.
Dulabon has it, and he's near the marker as we go down to Mike Hernandez. Mike?
All right, I'm joined by Ron Garza, who's your East Central band director. How you doing?
Doing well, doing well.
Good. So you said you've been doing this 11 years and all of them here?
Yes, all 11 years at East Central.
All right, so everybody I've talked to over the last few weeks said this weekend, starting this weekend, was going to be crazy. One thing after another, leading into UIL. You got the same kind of schedule going?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We've got a contest coming up on Saturday. We've got another one. And Saturday after that, here in New Braunfels, actually, at Canyon High School. Wow. And then we've got UIL marching contest after that.
Yeah. Did we see the whole show tonight? Your whole UIL show?
2/3 of it, part 2 and part 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, keep up the good work.
Okay.
And I love watching you guys. And again, look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you.
Second down.
Thanks, Mike. That'll set up second down as the East Central defense coming through there for a loss on first down.
Yeah, Kaufman, Respondek, and Gutierrez doing a really good job along the front for East Central, making New Braunfels pretty one-dimensional at this point.
Johns down the sideline, hung it up there, and another incompletion to his favorite receiver, Dullabon, who, again, just couldn't bring it down, and he may be shaken up.
Well, let's take a look. Evian Thompson, East Central's DB, doing a pretty good job running stride for stride with the receiver. You see,
he may have gotten a finger in the eye.
Yeah. Dullabon taking a shot there at the end of that.
He's going to be okay, it appears. Here's Ethan Dullabon, one of our Sprouts Farmers Market player profiles, a 3-year starter at football and the leading receiver at fullback, rather. Last 2 years, he also plays basketball, loves to fish, and planning on being an Aggie.
Well, he's done a great job for these guys, not only catching passes, but finishing off drives. Got a lot of touchdowns to his name this year, and hopefully he'll be right back out there because New Braunfels needs him at this point, down 6 here with 6:27 left to go in the third.
3rd and 10 after a couple of incompleted passes. Trey Johns back in at quarterback on this series. Patient, fires, caught, and looks like we're good for a first down, and that's Craig Johnson. Had a big catch earlier in the ball game.
Well, Craig Johnson, they only have him listed at 6 feet, but that's a man-sized route. Coming back for the ball, strong with the hands. Good job pulling that one in and moving the sticks for the Unicorns.
Drive-saving throw and catch by Johns and Johnson.
Yeah, driving off that DB and then coming back for the football nicely.
Garrett Thompson split wide right. Fake and now fires over the middle. That ball's still in the air. Could have been picked off, intended for Miles Miller, the big 6'6" target who had the big catch earlier in the game.
Yeah, Ricky Rodriguez and Sebastian Rodriguez both back there defending. Really good job of those DBs staying home on this. 28 getting his hand up there making a play. Damian Quick called his number a couple of times tonight.
Good coverage on that one. 2nd down and 10 for Johns. Running back is Joseph Labus behind him. And instead they fire over to Dyer. And boy, was he lit up.
He was. I'll tell you what, man. 4 made a play right here. Evian Thompson, he got creased, still made the play. Look at it. Got undercut, flew into the ball. Carrier. Hello. So it happens when you're aggressive. Sometimes good things happen. See, trying to get his other DBs in the right spot now, getting them lined up. Coach Hubbard likes that too.
He converted the last 3rd and long. Now it's 3rd and 10. Short hop on. And a fire over the middle, and that one's picked off by your man, Evian Thompson. 2 plays back to back.
Well, the pressure came up the front for East Central. Toughest throw to make for the quarterback is when these guys are barreling down right in your face. I thought Trey Johns did a really nice job here just getting the ball off.
Just underthrew it.
Yeah, had to throw it off his back foot because of what the pressure was coming up the front. Look at some of these big guys getting up.
And now turnovers starting to weigh on New Braunfels. That's their 3rd of the night.
Yeah, Justin Gutierrez doing a really great job for East Central, one of the first guys in the backfield.
All right, so Austin Trainer with a 13-7 lead. Hands to Lott. Up the middle, Lott churning for more. Dragging 2 or 3 guys with him for a gain of about 7, and he is a load. Frank Lott As we go down to Mike Hernandez with more. Mike?
All right, I'm joined by David Eckert, and he's, of course, the band director for the Unicorns. Great show at halftime, by the way.
Thank you.
You've got a lively bunch back here.
Yeah, they have fun. They work hard, but they have fun.
You've also been doing this for 11 years here.
This is my 11th year here.
Ron Garza just came over and said he's been 11 years over at East Central.
We've been in the business together for 11 years.
Oh,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you said you've been doing this 19 total?
This is my 19th year. Yeah.
How do you stay up with it?
I don't. I'm tired all the time, but the kids keep us young, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. Seeing what they do at the end of the day, it's really rewarding.
How many kids do you have?
We have just under 290.
Wow, that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's a big bunch.
That keeps you busy for sure.
Yeah,
I just got tired hearing that. David, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Keep
much.
up the good work.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks. All right, thanks, Mike. 3rd and 4, flags fly. We had a false start, I believe.
Off. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
You hear Gerald Green. He worked on his microphone at halftime and don't want to get behind the sticks. But East Central now with a chance to gain even more momentum as they've scored off 2 turnovers and have a little bit more of a tougher spot here in their own territory.
Yeah, playing behind the chains like this, not really part of their game. But then again, 3rd and 9, that's not, even passing teams don't like that.
Trainer going deep, and he was almost picked off. Overshot his intended receiver. He was looking for Jordan Perry.
Good sportsmanship there on the back end. And a big stop for the Unicorn defense just when they had to have it.
Andrew Saucedo with good coverage, almost picked it off. And Morrow will go back to receive the Trainer punt. Stands as his own 40-yard line. Sidewinder. Morrow's not shy about fielding those things, and he's running to the wide side. Can he get outside? Doesn't quite have enough speed to get out there. Flag flies late. We may have an inadvertent face mask there on Evian Thompson, the man who intercepted the ball earlier.
Boy, he's got some wheels, though. I can't believe he was able to get to the edge like that and make the play.
Was it out of bounds or was it a face mask? It looked like it could have been either.
Well, we'll see what they call. I mean, that's one of those things that was awful close to the sideline when Evian tried to make a tackle.
It may have been both, and they're trying to figure out which one he wants to accept. We got to look at it. Gerald Green sorting things out. He's giving him his choice. You want 15 yards. Mango.
Well, no matter what, yeah, New Braunfels is going to have a really good field position coming out of this, but
happened at the very end of this play, right as he gets to the sidelines.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Offense. Receiving team. Dead ball. Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds. Kicking team. The kicking team one is declined. 1st and 10 New Braunfels.
All right, so offsetting penalties, and we'll take a break and come back, and it'll be New Braunfels football.
yeah, game on. 13-7, let's do it.
Fun. Welcome back to Unicorn Stadium here in New Braunfels, Texas. Trey Johns been frustrated his last couple of possessions, ready to move that Unicorn offense down the field as we take a look up here in the press box.
Well, you know, the Unicorn defense has done a really good job tonight other than the one home run ball earlier in the quarter. They've really done a nice job tilting the field in favor of their offense here, only down 6.
And a very potent offense with the right arm of that man right there. He's got Dyer split to his right, comes in motion, hands it to him. Dyer's got blockers ahead, and he's got a nice gain, and he's still on his feet. Across the 30, down to about the 27, Bryson Dyer.
Yeah, the junior having an electric night. We've already seen what he can do, finishing off drives, what great feet he has, catching it, and the awareness, getting both feet in on that touchdown reception, and here he is running the sweep.
15 yards on the game.
Strong running after contact. Look at this.
Almost lost it.
7 or 8 more after he got touched.
They run it to him to the other side. Not quite as successful this way. Picks up about 4.
I tell you, Michael Martinez, what a play. 5'5", 150 pounds, had a guy blocking him, just was able to peel off of that and make a really nice play.
Sets up 2nd down and 9. Miles Miller, the big 6'6" guy in the slot on the right-hand side. He'll block as they throw it out in the flat to Craig Johnson, and that's a nice pickup. As we take a look inside the Baptist Emergency Hospital red zone, tonight we'll be handing out our Monarch trophies. Monarch trophy's been with us from the very beginning. We'll go to tonight's winning team and player of the game, custom designed by Monarch Trophy. If you're looking for trophies, plaques, or custom engraving, call them at 344-3777 or visit them online at mtsawards.com.
Got a ball on the ground.
Loses the football but gets it back.
I'll tell you what, this East Central defense up front has been really, really good with this RPO stuff. Guys staying at home, making plays, delivering a shot there. Darn near came up with another turnover.
Caden Stevenson's going to come on and try one from 40. Good snap and hold. Got a chance, and it's good. Caden Stevenson with just enough to make it a 13-10 ball game.
Yeah, coming off a little gimpy, but destroyed that pelota, huh?
It was low. It was a rocket coming off his foot. I didn't think it was going to have enough to get it there because it was such a low trajectory, but he snuck it over the crossbar. He hurt himself kicking it?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He's saying, be enough, be enough, be enough, and then he may have pulled a hammy jumping up and down right there. I know I would have.
Yeah, I'm pulling hamstrings just watching these guys play to play.
Taking a look at some of the pageantry here, the Unicorn Dancers and flag team there. Again, a lot of fun stuff going on out here at Unicorn Stadium. They get into it out here.
And you see how important it was for the New Braunfels defense to do what it did, setting their offense up in really good field position. And even though the Unicorns had a hard time moving the football in that particular series, they're still able to come away with a score. And now a field goal gets you tied. And field position now, and you're talking about how well both of these defenses have played tonight. It's going to be very key here down the stretch.
D'Angelo Rosemont and Michael Stevens back to receive. Instead, it's a little pooch that'll be taken up by the up man at the 25 and going across the 30. That's where East Central will have it as we tell you about our San Antonio Sports All-Star Cheer Challenge powered by CPS Energy. It's underway. Register your squad. You can win a $1,000 $500 cash grant to cheer at the All-American game or the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football game in the Dome on January the 5th. Just go to CW35.com today to register and or vote for your cheer squad. The Hornets lead has been cut into. They lead by 3, 1st and 10. They'll try to run a little sweep And still on his feet and doing a great job of bouncing that one is Damon Davis.
I'll say, that didn't look like it was going to go for much, and Damon Davis,
he must have
popped that thing outside, took a shot, and still churned it upside.
Must have broke 3 or 4 tackles trying to get out there and did a nice job. 2nd and 5. Stevens in the backfield.
Damon Davis, remember, he's their slot guy at receiver normally.
Trainer throws it out, completes it, picks up a first down. Adrian Zapata on the catch.
And Christopher Thomas finishing it off. Really good job coming up, making a play, and making the tackle.
I like the way Coach Joe Hubbard has been mixing it up here in the second half, run pass. Doesn't go downfield a lot, but those quick out routes just enough to keep them from zeroing in on the running game that's been in the middle of the field most of the game. Here's Trainer. Gonna run for his life and wasn't able to get out of the grasp of New Braunfels. That's Jonathan Smullen doing a nice job of bringing him down by his shirt.
You're not kidding. He came in and even getting chipped. Fights through the block, stayed after it, gets himself a sack. Really nice play individually by 92.
And that'll bring an end to the third quarter. What a football game. 13-10. Very, very competitive football game here in New Braunfels. The third quarter belonged to the Hornets. Will the Unicorns bounce back in the fourth? We're coming back to decide it in New Braunfels on TNL. Welcome back. It's our Associated Collision Center third quarter highlights. Trusted professional since 1976. That's a trusted professional right there. D'Angelo Rosemond going to the house as the Hornets stung quickly in the third quarter. Chuck, they took some advantage of turnovers again.
Well, they've made the most of their opportunities tonight. They had the big home run there to start the third quarter, and well, that was a drive killer right there as their defense has done a great job all night. And then just when you thought that was going to be it for the East Central defense in terms of coming up with big plays, big Evian Thompson on the back end thwarting another drive with a pick.
So we're going to decide it here in the fourth quarter. Thanks for being with us here on the CW35. It's Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights presented by Taco Cabana. Hard to imagine we're at the halfway point of TNL, week 5.
That's just hard to believe, isn't it?
Flying by. When you're having fun, here's Austin Trainer on first down. Blitz coming, steps up, trying to get outside. Smullen chasing, and then does a pretty good job of just faking that shuffle pass. And any ball forward is an incompleted pass as we look at our third quarter stats. The third quarter dominated by East Central, but the statistical category is starting to balance out a little bit as well.
Yeah, you know, they're both doing it a little different way, but we knew that coming in. New Braunfels likes to put it up. East Central likes to ground and pound. They've had some really nice plays, had the really long run there to start the third quarter. A lot of yards on that, but again, East Central's just playing clean. I mean, you have 3 turnovers, and you know, New Braunfels, I think, would be happy the fact that they're only down 3.
Got whistles, and we may have a timeout here, and we do, as East Central burns one. And we'll take it with them on 3rd and 12. They're going to talk it over. We're coming right back. Welcome back to Unicorn Stadium. It's 3rd and 12. We're ready for play. Austin Trainer wanting to convert here desperately. Little reverse, going to the other side. Trainer gets a block. East Central's got a first down, and going airborne is Damon Davis. Holy, wow, what a play by Damon Davis.
How about that?
And Trainer getting out in front to set the block, and a great call by Joe Hubbard's staff.
No doubt. Got a great block from his QB, and then look at that. Whoop. Almost kept his feet. Outstanding play on 3rd and long.
Wow, everybody did great there. Coaching staff, execution, putting it in a speedy athlete's hands. They hand inside to Stevens. Stiff arms the defender. He jumps over somebody and gets out of bounds for a first down.
Yeah, look at the East Central sideline, man. They're going nuts.
Oh, my goodness.
Got a football game and a track meet. High hurdles breaks out.
Michael Stevens going airborne. We may have to have a hurdle of the week.
Yeah, Ronaldo Nehemiah. Look at that. Listen, we thought we had our play of the game. We got a couple to choose from tonight.
First down for the Hornets. Here's Stevens again, cutting inside. Picks up another 6. And right now, and a flag flies really late. That's some sort of unsportsmanlike. We'll have to see who it's on. Don't know if it's some sort of trash talk or if there was actual physical contact. Here's Gerald Green.
The left game, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So it was just a delay of game. Didn't see what happened there.
Nothing like a couple of runs to get everybody feeling confident, good about themselves. Michael Stevens has had a really nice drive here. And you could see why Coach Hubbard likes to mix and match with his running backs. You know, he's got big guys. He's got big guys that are agile. He's got speedy guys who are shifty and can make really nice cuts. Very explosive running team, this East Central squad.
Deeper inside the Baptist Emergency Hospital red zone, and Trainer's going to take it himself. Stevens with a block. Trainer gets rocked, but not before he picks up 4. Marcus Riley with a big stick.
Good job for New Braunfels swarming to that football, but again, you're right, just really good blocking on the outside, and it was Michael Stevens out there. When he's not running it, he's doing his job and sealing for his runner. But it's all for nothing.
And it's coming back as Gerald Green calls the penalty. Set up 2nd down and 10. It'll be 2nd and 15. But the Hornets have been very successful running the ball in these jet sweeps with their athletes and then pounding it inside. And we've got a new runner in the backfield now with Trainer. But it's Stevens inside, dancing, picks up about 3, and they'll set up 2nd down and about 11 or 12. Is Smullen there to make the tackle.
That's what I really like about Coach Hubbard, too. You know, one of the things that really lit up when I heard him say it, you know, he said, hey, we got a lot of kids that really work hard, that have really bought into what we're doing. And, you know, he doesn't care really the talent level. If you play hard at practice and you work hard at practice and you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to see game action on this team. So he's spreading the love around, and, you know, what a great incentive for the rest of these kids.
Trainer on 2nd and 13, pressured, escapes the first wave, now fires, has a man, and it's tipped away. Good play in the end zone by Andrew Sauceda to bat that one down.
Really good job by Austin Trainer, just getting away from all the activity in the backfield. A little Brett Favre move on him. Whoa, whoa, I'm going to fake go left and then swing it back, go right. Just a great play there on the back end, though, by New Braunfels to knock that ball away. Sauceda doing a good job getting that right hand up and batting it away.
10th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 13, and they can still get a first down without scoring at about the 3.5. Defense screaming. Stevens pounds inside the 10. It'll be 4th down and about 6. And instead, he'll just quickly run out the field goal unit and try to add on 3 more. Still be a 1-possession game as he alternates between kickers. He'll run out the sidewinder left footer Noah Chavez. From the 17, 27-yarder, right down Main Street. Trust both these kickers.
Yeah.
They've alternated field goal attempts. They've both been good. East Central goes up a touchdown at 16-10. Far from over. 9 minutes to go here on the CW 35. Welcome back to New Braunfels. It's 16-10 East Central, but the Unicorns will be getting it back here. Hey, and props to East Central for their designer football. Have you noticed that? Take a shot of the tee there. They got their logo. I hadn't noticed
that.
They got the Hornet on there. They got their logo on it. Check it out.
That is pretty sweet.
Sweet looking football. We got yellow laces.
But the receivers like that.
Nice. Ball taken deep at the 5-yard line by Dyer. He's tackled from behind at about the 26. As we tell you about beyond the game, some whistles still blowing, may have a penalty here. But San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things that in their community that go beyond the game. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare is shining the light on teams that model key values through their actions. Parents and coaches are encouraged to go nominate teams that you know that go beyond the game. Just visit sanantoniosports.org.
Yeah, both these schools doing it as well, and we already talked about it. I mean, it was really cool seeing all the little kids run out with the Unicorns when they started the football game, and a lot of these young men at New Braunfels spending time with the youth flag football teams in the area, help coaching that. So another case where they've gone beyond the game.
1st and 10 for Johns, fires outside, got a man, it's complete. And a nice play on 1st down as he hits Dyer.
We got a late flag here coming in.
All of a sudden, we've been riddled with penalties in this one after a really clean game early on.
And these officials have done a really nice job tonight getting a hold of this thing, keeping everybody in check.
Gerald Green always does a great job on TNL.
Dead ball, sportsmanlike conduct, offense, 15-yard penalty, 1st and 10.
Wow, so that's a killer because that's about a 30-yard net difference after a 15-yard gain and a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, I think they called it after the play was made. So, yeah, it's bad, though. You don't want to give up 15 yards when you're down 6, especially as hard as it's been for New Braunfels to move the football really for most of the night. Coach Mangold's he'll get that right.
Looking to his right, and good closing defense by your man Evian Thompson. Dulabon on the catch, but Thompson closed quickly. He's already got a pick tonight.
Tell you what, he's had a heck of a ball game. Yeah, that's another young man that's been up since he was a sophomore, Don.
And you've called this guy's name a lot tonight. Damian Quick, leader on defense, impact player. He's got 1 pick on the year, and he's been quick to the football tonight, making a lot of plays.
Yeah, a lot of small D1 looks right now, and he looks the part.
Inside handoff to Labus, who really hasn't carried the ball much tonight. That's a nice way to keep the defense off balance by turning and handing it right up the gut.
Yeah, really nice run right there. Right in the A gap. Braunfels needed that too. You gotta try to stop these very talented front guys for East Central from just pinning their earbacks and coming after your stud quarterback.
3rd and 4. And a crucial drive here. Johns gonna throw the little screen, and going nowhere is Ethan Dulabon. Big time play by Frank Ford. The defensive end stayed at home and delivered.
Boy, he really did. You know, it's one of those things. You see a screen, and sometimes they can sucker punch those guys up front, but Frank Ford doing the job. I mean, started last year. He's a really good pass rusher with his hands, the coaches were saying this week. Sure looked the part there.
D'Angelo Rosemont, Michael Stevens back. The punt off the foot of Miles Miller. It's a high kick, a great kick by Miller. Inside the 10, all the way down to the 6-yard line. Miles Miller with a 59-yard punt. We're back in 30 seconds.
In South Texas, it can get hot and sweaty outside, but it shouldn't be hot and sweaty inside your house. If it is, contact Air Today Heating and Air Conditioning. Their reputation exceeds all others when it comes to service and quality. Mention this ad and Air Today will waive the service call fees. Air Today is an elite comfort maker dealer. Call 210-519-5959 and enjoy cool air today. Proud sponsor of Thursday Night Lights.
We are back, and Austin Trainer backed up at his own end. I think the Hornets would love to just take a time-consuming drive here. They come in with Rosemont. I might give them a steady dose, a lot here. 4 or 5 a pop and run some clock, and they're able to get out of this situation.
As we've seen all night, you really can't go wrong with no matter who you're sending the ball back there with. But a really outstanding job by New Braunfels selling out. They know that that's what East Central's trying to do, kill clock, so they jammed up that run and made a really nice play.
2nd down and 10. And the punt by Miller really flipped field position, and if they could get a defensive stop here, they'd be in great shape. Trainer, though, fires over the middle and is caught across the 35.
Oh! Play to win the game.
Jordan Perry on the slant.
How about that throw? They just sucker punch them all night with these runs, and then they need a big pass play to get out of their own end. Look at that. Fake it, freeze the linebackers, and you got a clear throwing. Oh, what great hands at the end of that. Huge play.
What a strike and catch.
What a route. Reminiscent of that huge play the Packers made in that Super Bowl 9 years ago.
Rosemont outside, shows speed, gets the 1st down.
I just like it, man. Not playing scared. You know, a lot of teams just content with taking a few minutes off the clock, and just outstanding game management when you can make a play like that. You know, if you can pick up the sticks, you're going to burn a couple more minutes, and just a great play and a great call on 2nd down and outstanding execution.
Alamo Real Estate Brokers Smile Cam. Taking a look at the New Braunfels cheerleaders. Although East Central threatening to put this one away now as they drive with 5 minutes to go across midfield. It's Rosemont.
Good play coming up there by Aiden Alanese. Again, both of these defenses really showed out nicely tonight. Probably haven't given them enough love as we should have.
Trainer looking to the sideline for the play. He's got Lott back in there with him now on 2nd and 7. And Lott was very successful early in the game, running it right up the middle, and here he is again, busting it for another 10 and a 1st down.
Do not undersell the feet of that young man. You talk about the girth, but man, I'll tell you what.
No, I think that's the most impressive thing about him is the way
he explosive pivots.
He's patient. He dances at the beginning of runs, finds the hole, and then accelerates, and then uses his power to finish. But yeah, you're right. His feet are great at the beginning of runs. Another Kielbasa smoke meat 1st down, and East Central very patient now to run this play clock. It's inside of 10 now. And they're going to run it on down and snap it with 5. Trainer going to try to stay in bounds here, and does. Has a 1st down, or excuse me, gets back to the stick. He's looking at the wrong marker. Is Farley Bevel brings him down.
I like that. Did he look at his other elbow, and it's the other one that's bleeding? Oh,
Tick down inside of 4 minutes. And time ticking away for New Braunfels. It's a very friendly clock for East Central right now as they rest Lott. Bring Stevens back in, hand it to him inside. He's tough, even though he's slighter of build compared to Lott. He loves running it inside too, and he's tough.
Yeah, he does, and I got to give the New Braunfels kids credit, man. They're thinking one thing: strip. Diego Flores jumping in there, and he's got one thing on his mind: to try to separate the ball carrier and the ball. I mean,
3rd down and 5.
Huge play here because, yeah, this has been an outstanding drive for East Central, burning this clock, but you have got to finish this drive off with some sort of points. You do not want New Braunfels and that explosive quarterback receiving core to get their hands on the ball again in a 1-score game.
They're going to run it up the middle. They're going to get the 1st down with Stevens, and they're going to run more clock as they are just playing smash mouth football with a combination of right at you and then some misdirection. But Stevens doing a great job of taking the angles. A 69-yard drive so far, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. And again, New Braunfels has 3 timeouts. Plenty of time if they can get the football back. And they might have to start burning some of them on this series of these 4 downs if they want to try to get a stop here and get the ball back. Here's Stevens. He might break it. Stevens to the 10. Stevens to the 5. Coughs it up. New Braunfels recovers.
Do they?
Or who's got it? Touchdown. East Central has the football.
What an amazing turn of events. East Central is going in, an amazing run, killing clock, going to finish it off, and then the Unicorns defense does what it had been coached to do: force the turnover. The ball is loose.
It looked like Jordan Perry at the very end of this took it away from Andrew Sauceda.
Well, let's take a look. First of all,
it's on the ground. Sauceda's on it, and then he rolls off of it. It's on his back, and Perry took it right off his back.
Well, Hayden Kesserling doing an amazing job chasing down the ball carrier to force the fumble, and it was just a bad break for New Braunfels.
Sauceda was all over that football. Let's look again. Andrew Sauceda had it for a split second, and then he lost the football right there. Never quite had it. He was on it first, but he couldn't control, and Perry did. And New Braunfels, East Central has just about put this one away.
Great job by the refs getting that one right. That's got to be our play of the game, right?
Welcome back. We've got a good one here in New Braunfels. The Unicorns now running out of time. They've got to get the football, score, and score again. And East Central, you got to tip your cap to that offense. That drive started all the way back inside their 5, or right at about the 6-yard line. And they converted with some big-time play calls. Here's Rass up the middle. Bouncing it outside. Flag flies as we've got a couple of illegal blocks, I would assume.
Don, isn't it funny, though? I mean, these games, this has been a barn burner from start to finish. And East Central has played flawlessly in this football game. And here they are with a chance to finish off a drive with 6.
During the return, holding on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
And Hayden Kesserling makes a play to potentially stop a drive and give his team the football back. And just for the slight of a bounce.
Yeah.
It's the difference between potentially giving your star quarterback and his quartet of receivers one more chance to go win a football game or making it a 2-score game. Wow, what a turn of events and what a ball game. Both these teams have played their hearts out.
Trey John's going to put it up here, you know it, with 2 minutes to go. It's the 2-minute offense, and he's going to fire on first down, throws to the outside. It's caught, and be a smart thing to get out of bounds. And Ethan Dulaban is a very smart player. As we tell you about our cheer challenge one more time, it's the San Antonio Sports All-Star Cheer Challenge powered by CPS Energy. Register your squad. They can cheer at the the All-American Bowl or the San Antonio All-Star Football Game on January 5th.
Again, I'm not counting these guys out, not with that kid at quarterback.
Johns fires incomplete for the same guy, Ethan Dulaban.
That's the thing, just, you know, a little down and outs. You take your chunk plays and try to get it down there and then give yourself a chance, you know, I mean, but it's one play at a time, and you know, the first play is always the most important one. They got one there on the first initial snap. Now they got to see if they can keep it moving.
John, straight drop, going deep, fires over the middle. He's got his guy, incomplete, no flags. Dulaban thought he was interfered with, no call. Evian Thompson on the coverage. Take a look at the standings in district play. The winner here goes to 2-0. Right now that appears to be East Central. And they would be 4-1 on the year, and right there at the very top with Judson, Clemens, Steele, and company. Johns firing to the outside. That's caught. Johnson's got it down the sidelines. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40. And life for the Unicorn.
Well, just an outstanding play by Craig Johnson, because he knew once he spun out of that initial tackle at the defense that he's looking at, you know, a lot of guys would have just stepped out of bounds, but he knew he would be able to turn that upfield and not really burn that many seconds. So just a really heads-up play by Craig Johnson.
Saw the legendary Jim Streety, the athletic director here at New Braunfels, on the sidelines. Fingernail biting time as Johns goes down the sidelines, underthrown and almost picked off by Thompson. We got a flag down back here in the backfield. May have been a late hit on Johns.
Boy, Evian Thompson's had one whale of a ball game. I mean, he could not have played that any better. That was a really good job by the receiver breaking that up.
Always glad to see Coach Streety. Man, what a legend. You talk about
eligible receiver downfield, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
You talk about winning football games in the state of Texas. There's G.A. Moore from Salina and Pilot Point, Gordon Wood at Brownwood, Phil Danaher at Corpus Christi Cal Allen, and that man right there with over 340 career wins. All that is winning 10 games a year for 34 years. John's going down the middle. It's caught and then dropped at the end. Dyer went up and got it, and he just couldn't hang on as he came down.
Outstanding job on the back end of this by East Central. It sure did look like it was going to be a completion, but the work of a DB is never done. Tremendous on the back end.
Damian Quick again.
He's had a great ball game too.
Tick-tock, two-possession football game for the Unicorns with 1:28 to go. 2nd and 15, that ball's almost intercepted. Thrown behind the intended receiver, Dulaban. And Ashad Knight made a nice play on the football, just didn't come down with it. As we take a look at the upcoming schedule for East Central, after tonight they got Smithson Valley, who is surprisingly winless. And then they have the Canyon Cougars, who this New Braunfels team defeated. And then Murderers Row, Clemens, Judson, and Steele. A tough way to end the year.
I would argue that all of that is Murderers Row.
Absolutely.
Wow, nice play.
Nice catch on the sideline by Craig Johnson. The official's going to say he got it, got a foot down.
Well, he laid out and got it, didn't he?
Most years. What's up with Smithson Valley? That is very uncharacteristic.
You know, I haven't seen him play, but I would put that in the fluke category. I wouldn't go to sleep on them.
They could finish.
And nobody will in this district, I can promise you that.
They could finish easily finish 7-3. As you look at New Braunfels' schedule after tonight. They've got Judson and Steele early, and then they finish with some road games at San Marcos and Clemens and Smithson Valley to end the season.
Yeah, New Braunfels, obviously, that's a tough stretch coming up with Judson and Steele. Got to find a way to see if you can win one of those games. Still a lot of football left. Boy, oh boy, these are some tough games for all these squads, man. I'll tell you what.
Take a look at the TNL top 10. Judson from this district right at the very top. O'Connor's, Brandeis, we've seen them there this year. They're both very, very good. Clemens again in this district, number 5. And Steele in this district at number 10. So that's why we say it's so tough. Proof is right there.
Glad I don't play in this league.
Yeah, imagine coaching this league. You look at your schedule every week. You've got your game of the year.
Coach Hubbard doing an amazing job. Has his brother on the staff here too. And Greg Felix, the old UT quarterback, on his staff. Heads up.
Didn't see him coming. Sack, fumble, recovery, all done by number 22. That is Damon Davis. No, excuse me, Jeremiah Richardson.
Just a sophomore, you know. Coach Hubbard's gotten a lot of miles out of his sophomores that have grown up into seniors, and he's got one that gets some playing time, and you're right. Strip sack, and then comes up with the loose ball.
Johns zero in to his right, never saw him coming.
Let me see you stripped. Nice work.
Richardson making a huge play, and East Central's going to come into Unicorn Stadium and get out of here with a win and go to 4-1 on the season, 1 year after going 0-10.
I think the most impressive thing among the many that we saw tonight from East Central is the fact at how clean these guys play. If they play like this and they don't beat themselves like they did not tonight, they're going to be in every one of these league games. I can promise you that. Made plays when they had to. Boy, just a really good reflection of their head coach. Outstanding performance under the lights.
And it's time right now for our Night Office Solutions play of the night. There's been many, but this one changed the entire complexion of the game. It could have gone either way. Michael Stevens on a great run, but he lost it at the end. Jordan Perry didn't quit on the play, was there to right place, right time, and that is our Night Office Solutions play of the night.
Bounce here, bounce there. It's a completely different game possibly. That play, no doubt, had to be our play of the game. Game of inches, as they say, right?
They will kneel it. Run some more clock. They may have to snap it one more time. Which, by the way, not going to get into too much uniform detail tonight, Chuck. But
while we have a second,
I love the Hornet shoulder. Most people put a number there, right? But the Hornets on the shoulders, on the sleeves, is a nice touch. Great color scheme, simple logo, good uniform, solid black pant. That's a good look right there. I'm a black and gold fan. And New Braunfels, very much the Colts look with the shoulder stripes. Good stripes on the pants too. I love the matte blue paint. Both, I give a thumbs up to the uniform's as good as the game. 2 thumbs up all the way around.
I just like the fact that every single week so far this year, we've had teams with really good uniforms whose numbers stand out so that we can see them from the press box. That is huge.
Yeah.
So I will throw my hat into the ring for uniform Zardom.
It does my heart good to hear you talking uniforms.
You're rubbing off on me after all these years, partner.
Third and 22. They'll snap that.
Another shout out to Dean Radla, our executive producer in this schedule, because once again, man, another barn burner. I mean, it's been a fist fight in this one from start to finish. Good, clean, hard football. Both teams going at it. And it's been really cool to watch these games unfold this year. These teams so evenly matched.
Here's our Baptist Emergency Hospital collision of the game. Avion been there all night. Thompson's coming up to go low on Dyer to flip him. And that is our Baptist Emergency Hospital collision of the game.
Yeah, and Ethan Dulabon had to be, thinking to himself, man, I just threw a nice block on the kid, and he still made the play.
East Central's going to talk about what they want to do here with 19 seconds to go. Hey, coming up on TNL next week, we've been out in the hill country the last couple of weeks, Bernie and New Braunfels. We're going back downtown to the Rock Pile. Oh, what a fun place to call a game. Sam Houston and Edison is next week at Alamo Stadium. Then we've got Taft and Holmes, Roosevelt and Johnson, who's in the TNL Top 10. And we're looking forward to seeing Southwest and the new school Harlan. And then South Sand for the first time in TNL history is going to be on as they take on Reagan in their district finale.
Yeah, we got Taft and Holmes. Remember, we have a bye in between the next two games, so, or do we? No, I can't do the math. It's the week after.
The bye's in.
Taft Holmes, bye week, then Roosevelt Johnson. This is what happens if you make me have to do some math.
Hey, the band grant, don't forget to vote for your two bands, the band 9 and band 10 to 44332. Band all year that gets the most votes gets that $5,000 courtesy of the Children's Hospital of San Antonio.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Football game, man.
You know how I always look forward to that trophy presentation at the end of the game. It's always fun to see the kids. They get fired up. It's a regular season game, right?
Yeah.
But they know they're on TV. And that trophy is always meaningful. I'm a little surprised by it sometimes, that it's meaningful because it's a regular season game. They're not champions really of anything, except that they win on Thursday Night Lights when people are watching on TV. But a team like East Central, who went 0-10 a year ago, and the way they fought here tonight, I think that's going to be a very special trophy presentation.
It's a big deal, man. I mean, this is... You saw that East Central looked like they were going to try to take the safety there, just kind of run around in the back of the end zone.
Please set the clock back to 21 seconds.
But, yeah, man, you talk about, again, I could go right down the list of the number of kids that played as sophomores and took their lumps for 2 years before you finally see the light at the end of the tunnel is not an oncoming freight train. I mean, yeah, they should be excited.
And this is where Joe Hubbard's better than you at math again. Because you run this out the back of the end zone, and even though they get the football back, it's a 2-possession game still. It'll be 11-point difference versus if you get that punt block for a touchdown.
Right, you run, 9 seconds off the clock, and then you're going to punt it away. You get to put some of your best athletes on the field when you kick it, so, why not?
And even if they score, they got to score again.
Well, he's really done a nice job with his squad all night, managing the scoreboard, managing the game clock. I mean, that drive was absolutely spectacular. That gave him 23 points. The only problem was that, they coughed it up there at the end and caught a break by recovering it. But in terms of having possession of the football, eating away at the clock, and then finishing off the drive with a touchdown, I mean, you could not have drawn it up any better.
Very, very well coached. And their running game reminiscent on this 10th anniversary of TNL, of the very first year of TNL. Chris Johnson, remember him?
Oh, what a
going
move.
Like
Look at
95 right here. It's the longest run in TNL history, season 1, and that record has held up. And number 5, Stevens, making number 5, Johnson, very proud. 10 years later, our TNL flashback. Chris Kotfus, our producer extraordinaire, always doing a great job finding stuff in the archives.
Man, makes me hungry for some cheese, man. This big old hunk of cheese up there on the screen.
I was looking for Buzz Aldrin. So kick this off. 13 seconds to go. And again, still a 2-possession game. So smart move there to run that and just take the 2 points versus getting something blocked. The Braunfels will take it right there. They'll have 1 snap left. And you can't score 11 points in 6 seconds. So East Central will get the W here. Go to 4-1 on the year. We saw a very good New Braunfels team, and the rest of 26-6A beware, because Trey Johns and these group of receivers and Coach Glenn Mangold will be spoiler extraordinaire here in the District 26-6A play.
Yeah, I think both of these teams are going to be tough outs no matter what. They put on quite a show tonight, both these squads.
Johns, fire it. Got Johnson down there, and that's going to do it. The East Central Hornets, 0-10 a year ago, run their record to 4-1 with a clutch victory at New Braunfels here against a very good Unicorn team.
Get it, big fella.
Getting
Get
down.
it.
Joe Hubbard, Glenn Mangold, both very proud of the way their teams played here tonight. Great football game.
Yeah, I'm proud of Alexander King and those moves.
We're coming back with much more. Mike Hernandez is going to hand out the hardware, our player of the game, and we'll give the Champions Trophy to Coach Hubbard. Don't go anywhere. T&L continues.
Welcome to the Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by Taco Cabana.
Hey, this was a fun one in New Braunfels tonight. East Central beats the Unicorns 23-12 here at Unicorn Stadium, and a very fired up Hornet team is down with our Mike Hernandez.
Yes, they are. You guys have a good time this night? Great game. Great game. First thing I got to say is the defense was on fire tonight, so big hand for you guys. And as a matter of fact, our MVP for tonight comes from the defense. Had 1 INT, had 1 fumble recovery. Number 22, Jeremiah Richardson. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
You guys, like I said, you guys were all over the field, and you had a couple of big plays, but your defense was really, really on top of it.
Yes, sir. We had to come out here and compete for longer. We came out here and we snapped the unicorn. All
right, Jeremiah Richardson. Again, his 7 o'clock show is completely different from the 9:30 show. Congratulations, son. That's great. Coach Hubbard, you guys stopped a team defensively tonight that had been averaging over 30 points a game. So again, whatever you said to them at halftime really fired them up, because you did come out and in fact make a lot of plays.
Yes, sir. Can't say enough about the defense. Obviously, they came to work, kept us in the football game. We were able to persevere through the 3rd and 4th quarter and come up with just enough plays to go get a victory. So I'm really proud of those guys.
Yeah, and that was against a very, very good Unicorn team. Tough district. Maybe one of the toughest districts, certainly one of the toughest districts in the state. And what do y'all think now? You got a little bit of a leg up, but you got some of the big games still yet to come.
Well, I think we just got to continue to go back to work and get better every single day. It's just a 1-0 mentality, making sure that we're winning every play. And, it's all about the work. And we can't be happy right now, and we can't be satisfied. And we're just going to go back to work.
All right, so don't go away. Hey. I'm going to let Coach give it to you. Your East Central Hornets winners tonight, and they get to put their hands all over that championship T&L trophy.
Told you they'd be fired up. Congratulations to East Central. We're coming back with more right after this. Welcome back. East Central proudly playing their school song as their winners tonight, 23-12. Time for our Associated Collision Center's final game highlights. Associated Collision Center, trusted professional since 1976. Trey Johns, Dyer, making a great play early in this football game. New Braunfels pretty much in control, even though they didn't run away on the scoreboard. It looked like they were in great shape, but East Central coming back. Rosemond with the big run.
Oh, yeah, and he ended up with 88 yards in this football game, averaging 11 yards per carry, most of them coming right there. They had a lot of guys run the ball well tonight, Stevens too.
Big play on defense. Richardson came up with one of his 2 turnovers tonight. Turnovers really did the Unicorns in. Thompson came up with an interception there. They had a muff punt recovery that led to a score as well. And then a great job by Coach Joe Hubbard to mix up the run and pass, especially on a time-consuming drive. And that recovery in the end zone, really the difference, as New Braunfels would have had the football and a chance to tie or take the lead.
Yeah, they had that huge slant play when they were backed up in their own end, and they play to win the game, and that's what East Central did. And as we take a look at our final stats, again, East Central doing most of its damage tonight on the ground, but they had that huge pass play late in the game that helped seal the deal. But evenly matched game all the way around. But again, Don, you're right. You're in a 23-12 game, really a one-possession game most of the night. Can't turn it over 4 times and expect to win many games.
Next week, we're going to be at the Rock Pile. Sam Houston and Edison, always a fun one down there, right off of 281. Hey, the executive producer of Thursday Night Lights is Dean Radla. The guys that make it all happen in the truck are producer Chris Kotfus, the director Brian Watts. For Mike Hernandez on the sideline, Chuck McIntyre up here in the booth, our statistician extraordinaire Mark Kusenberger, and Jeffrey the intern. Spotter as always. Great football game here. I didn't forget your name, Ovatter. We're coming back next week. Be here for TNL.
What's my name, son?